In the beginning there was love, faith, and great foresight. In the beginning there was the light that shone upon a shed that became a house, a home that gave rise to dreams, emotions, smiles, where the future would be written. And today, this home has come down to us. So let us close our eyes and look. We will see youngsters picking up stones from the river and setting them into the refectory wall, partly as a game and partly to do their little bit. We will see them fill the corridors with joy, while Mama Margaret is trying to cook, clean and care for them all. We will see Don Bosco under the colonnade where he gave the good night, a final thought for the day for his boys. We will see him writing and praying in his room. We will see him giving a future to his youngsters, teaching them a trade, always in the vanguard of things. Imagining the Salesians with his first collaborators, we will see him loved in life and mourned at his death. We will see faith, devotion. We will touch this with our hands in the iconography, the objects, the donations. And we will see the time of Don Bosco, the 1800s, a time of conflict and change, but also of art, new technologies like photography. Here, from among these walls, the congregation and the great Salesian family went out to the whole world. This house and home is a journey amid faith and art, life and history, love and light. An ever-living light as providence that surprises one. So let us open our eyes to this light and enter. Welcome to the origins. Welcome to Casa Don Bosco.
Very good evening. This is Abigail Carmelin bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Bosco Global will unveil their work on preventing and eliminating violence towards women in Spain and in other impoverished countries where they work, with a clear goal and eradication of this evil is possible. The annual Congress of the Salesian Cooperators of Shillong Province, which used to be a biggest gathering of the association, took into a multi-venue event this year against the backdrop of the pandemic COVID-19. On 28 November 2020, the different centres of the association, namely Nong Thamai, Maulai, Belfont, Upper Shillong, Umdang, Nongstoin, Jowai, Cleriat, Agartala and Mount Nom, celebrated this day with much fervour and solemnity. On this day, the same message of the SDB delegate, Reverend Father A.L. Jose, FMA delegate, Reverend Sister Christina Kharkongor, and the provincial coordinator, Mrs. Benita Marbanyang, were read at the different centres. Speaking to Sister Eugenia Lamo, FMA, our special correspondent, she said that the members of all the gathering took to heart the invitation of the Holy Father Pope Francis to the care for the earth, our common home, in which saplings were distributed and planted for a greener environment. The vitality of the association was also witnessed on this day through the promise of vow taking of 5 new members at Mount Nom Centre. In each of the gathering, the Salesian cooperators deepened on the theme Good Christians and Honest Citizens, the srena of the Rector Major for 2020, through talks and other initiatives. Highlighting the theme of the day, the Maulai Centre enacted a drama which brought home the message of the day. The renewal of promise of all the promise members was another striking moment which urged each member to live with audacity their call in the Salesian family and the society at large. Our correspondent further said that the Garobadha Centre in Garo Hills had its celebration on 21st November and the Umswai Sub-Centre in the Karbi Anglong district of Assam had its share on 29th November 2020.
On this great occasion, I declare the 44th and 42nd meeting of the Salesian Cooperators, Meghalaya Unit, open.
This is a Salesian family. This is your day. This is your special occasion.
As we have come to the last day of the month of November, we recall the variety of the Salesian vacation in the Salesian family. For example, if one would like to know who the Salesian cooperator is, the best way is to explore the 14 holy Salesian cooperators, 7 blessed, 3 venerables and 4 servants of God, and probably many others we don't know. Unfortunately, most of them are not really well known outside Italy. A good number of Salesian religious SDB and FMA find it difficult to believe in the real Salesian lay vocation according to the pointers of Salesian cooperators themselves. Maybe the best way to understand their vocation would be to explore the role models of Salesian cooperators already sanctioned by the Universal Church. In the photo splashed on your screen, if you look carefully, you can see both clergy and lay people. They are diocesan parish priests, bishops, and even Pope Pius IX. They are martyrs, missionaries, oratory animators, housewives, sociologists, labor union activists, dedicated catechists, sick people who are paralyzed for years, mystics in ordinary life, great benefactors of incipient Salesian works and staff in Salesian houses. They were born in Italy, Spain, Portugal and Syria, but there are many more who live a holy life also in our continents but not yet well known around the world. Today we invite you to learn at least one more holy Salesian cooperator during these days and let them accompany us on the vacation journey. "220 participants from the Salesian institutions in Port Moresby gathered at Don Bosco Technical School DBTS, Gabutu for the yearly celebration of One Talk Bosco 2020. The fun-filled fete and formation event had the participation of young people from Don Bosco Technical School, Gabutu, Don Bosco Technological Institute, Boroko, Caritas Technical Secondary School, Boroko and Mary Help of Christians Parish, Sabama. The theme for the event was the Srena for 2020, Good Christians and Upright Citizens, caring for the environment, learning to manage waste using the 3 R's, reducing, reusing and recycling, experiencing and participating in intense moments of prayer were objectives that the participants dwelt on and engaged with while at the program. Coming 5th December 2020, 3 Vietnamese missionaries will be ordained to the priesthood in Sao Paulo, Brazil, 1 for Brazil Campo Grande and 2 for Brazil Manaus. Deacons Tran Van Lich, John Baptist Nguyen Dai Tan and Bartolomeu Nguyen Quang Lam Son. We from Don Bosco Media Network invite you to support them in your prayer as they prepare to take this important step in Salesian consecrated life. The Basilica of Mary Help of Christians, Lima, received the visit of architect Louis Mart and Bogdanovich, manager of Prolima MML, and political scientist Johnny Velarde, Metropolitan Aidor of Lima Municipality on Friday the 20th. Both held a working meeting with Father Santo Dalben, parish of the Basilica, and David Fanco, historian of the congregation. In a simple but touching ceremony, St. Peter Gaizo Urban Training Center, run by the Don Bosco Sisters, graduated 26 young people after 2 years of hard work on their attitudes and skill. Thanks to Don Bosco, the Gaizo Diocese has opened a good number of schools in these past post-tsunami years 2007 to 2020. The Gaizo Diocese is proud to give the country these young men full of dreams and goodwill, a positive self-esteem, a dream for their life of service to build a new and better Solomon Islands. You are sons of Don Bosco, and as you step out into the next phase of your life, always remember to strive to be good Christians and honest citizens, said Father Alfred Maravella, SDB, General Counselor for Missions Rome, to graduates of Don Bosco Technical Secondary School, DBTS, Gabutu. He said that Don Bosco Technical School has not only given them a pathway or opportunity to open the doors of employment or further education, but also has given them spiritual and holistic formation. Father Alfred made the statement during the school's 23rd speech day held on Friday, 27th November at the Kurukongku Hall that graduated a total of 250 students from both grade 12 and the industrial training course 2. The ceremony had as its theme Good Christians and Upright Citizens. The last of the 8 guidelines for the Salesian congregation after GC 28, shared by Father Angel Artime, our Rector Major, AGC 433, page 49 to 51, is about the sustainable future cry of our young people. His introduction is quite strong. We recognize that the focus on a sustainable future is a cultural conversion, not a fashion, and like any other conversion, needs to be strongly called by its new name. The Don Bosco Green Alliance was born 2 years ago from the grassroots enthusiastic action of some SDBs and young people and has now spread to 68 countries and 368 Don Bosco works and organizations is a fulfillment of that cry. On 26 November, everyone gathered in the diocesan shrine of St. John Bosco for the graduation mass, which was presided over by the Provincial Superior of the Salesians in PNGSI, Father Greg Bicomong SDB. In his homily, he emphasized the importance of remembering and thanksgiving and how these find their best expression in the Eucharist. Through the parables of the treasure hidden in the field and the fine pearl, he invited the Bosconians to reflect on what they should really search for and what they should value more. At one point in his homily, he came down from the sanctuary to ask 3 graduating students about what they will look for after graduation. All 3 had but one answer: work. Father Greg then encouraged the graduates to ask the Lord for the gift of wisdom like King Solomon and to discover and encounter Jesus, the wisdom of God. The great variety and charismatic richness of the Salesian family is still to be explored. Among the 32 groups officially recognized by the Rector Major are also 4 secular institutes: VDB, Volunteers of Don Bosco; DQM, Daughters of the Queenship of Mary; CDB, Con Don Bosco, Volunteers with Don Bosco, on their way to become an officially recognized secular institute; and the Disciples Secular Institute of Women, Men and Deacons, founded in Chhattisgarh, India in 1973. The Disciples are also among the 10 Salesian family groups born in Asia, together with the Sisters Announcers of the Lord, China 1931, Caritas Sisters of Jesus, Japan 1937, Servants of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, Thailand 1937, Missionary Sisters of Mary Help of Christians, India 1942, Sisters of Mary Immaculate, India 1948, Daughters of the Queenship of Mary, Thailand 1954, Sisters of Mary Auxiliatrix, India 1976, Visitation Sisters of Don Bosco, India 1983, and Sisters of the Queenship of Mary, Thailand 2008. 5 of them born in the EAO region and 5 in the South Asia region. The Disciples were founded by Father Jody Souza SDB in 1973, when the founder was the Vacation Director of the Krishnagar Diocese in India. At present, they are spread around 51 dioceses of India, majority Italy and Peru. Their charism is simply to proclaim the good news to those in need, especially in rural areas. Following the example of Jesus' first disciples, they are sent 2 by 2 to serve the poorest. In this way, they often reach the mission frontiers without any visible church presence. There are 350 sisters and 65 brothers working in the 8 SDB provinces of India. In 1998, they were accepted by the SDB New Delhi province as Salesian family members, and since 2009, the Rector Major recognized them as the 24th official group of the Salesian family. Congratulations to the 50 graduates in the Automotive Mechatronics Technician Batch 2018 of Mercedes-Benz Thailand Limited. The certificates were handed over to the graduates by Vice President of Customer Services of Mercedes-Benz Thailand Limited, Mr. Puthi Tulayathunt, at Mercedes-Benz Competence Center MBCC today. Following congratulatory speeches by GTCC Deputy Director Mr. Marius Mehner and Head of Mission and Head of Economic Affairs at the German Embassy in Bangkok, Mr. Jan Skier. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. See you again tomorrow at the same time and in the same channel. Thank you for joining us.
In the beginning there was love, faith and great foresight. In the beginning there was the light that shone upon a shed that became a house, a home that gave rise to dreams, emotions, smiles, where the future would be written. And today, this home has come down to us. So let us close our eyes and look. We will see youngsters picking up stones from the river and setting them into the refectory wall, partly as a game and partly to do their little bit. We will see them fill the corridors with joy, while Mama Margaret is trying to cook, clean and care for them all. We will see Don Bosco under the colonnade where he gave the good night, a final thought for the day for his boys. We will see him writing and praying in his room. We will see him giving a future to his youngsters, teaching them a trade, always in the vanguard of things. Imagining the Salesians with his first collaborators, we will see him loved in life and mourned at his death. We will see faith, devotion. We will touch this with our hands in the iconography, the objects, the donations. And we will see the time of Don Bosco, the 1800s, a time of conflict and change, but also of art, new technologies like photography. Here, from among these walls, the congregation and the great Salesian family went out to the whole world. This house and home is a journey amid faith and art, life and history, love and light. An ever-living light as providence that surprises one. So let us open our eyes to this light and enter. Welcome to the origins. Welcome to Casa Don Bosco.